without further ado, number 10 on the Minnesota Wild prospect top 20 list. We have Adam Benak, and Z, I'm pretty sure your only show notes to me via text were, yeah, we got to talk about this dude. And I'm like, good, we're gonna.
Yeah, Adam Benak, obviously starting off very hot in the OHL. Let me just pull up, let me make sure I have the right number of games here. Through 6 games, he's got 3 goals and 10 assists for 13 points. Brantford is just ripping teams apart as well. Him and O'Brien cannot stop scoring. He's been playing a lot with the Merrick Banneker kid too. So as far as OHL rankings go, he's second in assists, right behind Carson Woodall of Windsor. That's 15. Windsor and Brantford are really just taking the season by storm. The fucking Woodall kid, he's an 06. I can't remember. I think he went undrafted, but he's got no goals but 15 assists through 11 OHL games, which is like just ridiculous. But Benak, very noticeable, playing center and wing, offensively dynamic, all the things that we've talked about him that made him such like a talented player. And again, like if he wasn't 5'7", he probably would have been drafted significantly higher than the 4th round where the Wild got him. But just unpredictable on the puck, really good passer. He's been willing to shoot a little bit more as well. He's been really good just like getting them into the offensive zone too through transition. But I mean, very noticeable every time he jumps over the boards, and again, a huge part of that Brantford offense. So it's been very fun to watch him just torch. So he's been great.
I'm wondering, because he played in the USHL last year, then we had the rule change, and now CHL kids can go and play college hockey. Was the original path for Adam Benak to come over and try and play college hockey? And that's why he shifted to the OHL, because like he can do that as part of that path? Or do we have just no clue?
I'm not sure. I didn't look into that, but I mean, like, he played pro hockey in Czechia, so I don't know. I didn't. Now apparently it doesn't matter.
Playing, so it doesn't.
Now it doesn't. Apparently
it didn't even matter before. Like Canucks have a kid who played pro hockey, and he's playing for I think he's playing for BU now.
There's been
he played like 4 or 5 games in the SHL, but can play college hockey.
I do think that they've got some exceptions for Europe, because it's like that's all that they can do.
Well, yeah, I mean, Hoppy, regardless, it's win-win now, because like Z said, like this team is just stacked, and it's crazy because they're stacked with young guys, man. Like Malhotra's kid's 17, and he's like crushing it right now too. So I think it was just a good opportunity. And if college hockey was the path, or if it was just even a consideration, it's like, okay, well now we still have that door open, and we're going to a sick OHL team.
Now, let's make this relatable for the Minnesotans. There's another height deficient guy who went in the 4th round of this year's draft. Give me a little compare and contrast on Adam Benak versus LJ Mooney.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest differences with those two is just the speed, like the foot speed, like LJ Mooney versus Benak. It's not close. And I think LJ makes a whole lot more flashy plays. The thing with Benak that's pretty impressive is how well he's been able to get in the just like middle ice. LJ Moody is obviously not afraid, but like so much of his play has been on the periphery of the last couple of years. But obviously both very impressive. Both are capable of some like highlight reel plays. And I mean, there's always going to be big question marks just about like the translatability. Because I mean, it's one thing to put up all these points playing OHL. What LJ is doing with Minnesota right now, like how many times he stands out whenever he jumps over the boards, is very impressive as well. So I think maybe just like when you look at the two of them, they're pretty similar skill sets. I think LJ might be a little more flashy. And I think Benak, the fact that he at least has the ability to play in the middle of the ice is obviously appealing as well. But both high skill, high end players. LJ plays a little more speed, a little more flashy. And Benak's a fairly well-rounded game. But I mean, defensively he's solid as well. So that might be the key difference there, just between center and wing and the two-way ability. Because I mean, if LJ is going to be in your playing in as an NHL regular, like you're leaning on him for points, stand out, ideally like get into that top six. Benak might be able to feature throughout your lineup a little bit more. So I'd say upside probably closer to LJ, or LJ's upside probably higher, just a little bit. But that being said, again, like Benak does not lack skill, but he's got a little bit. Pace is going to be a question mark, and then it's kind of offsets though with the fact that he can play a pretty well-rounded game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the argument is Benak probably has more paths, whereas LJ has to be like a top six guy if he's going to make it.
Yeah,
fair. Now we got him ranked at 10, and we talked about it when we did our initial rankings. We did the honorable mentions, and we did 16 through 20, and we said, you know, obviously there's the shiny new toy effect. Like, is this a guy that, taking a step back, like looking at the whole pool, the start to the season can't be ignored. It's been great. Like, what do you need to see from him this year to solidify that he is a top 10 Minnesota Wild prospect?
I mean, honestly, just keep doing what he's doing right now. Like every time that he's on the ice, he's standing out. So you want to see him thrive offensively. Should produce a lot in the OHL, just given his track record, how much he's produced in other leagues. Again, the first half of that USHL season last year, he was probably just getting used to the North American game. Second half, he looked really good. I think he still finished with at least a point per game. But so, I mean, realistically, just want him to keep producing, driving offense, being a key component to their scoring in Brantford. And again, anytime if he can continue to work on like just the skating, maybe a little bit more agility, add a little bit more speed to his game, like that's obviously going to go do wonders for him. It's always going to be tough as like a guy that plays middle of the ice and you're 5'7". Like it's going to be a lot of adjustment, but like, I mean, so far he's obviously taking strides. So realistically, just keep doing what he's doing. Should be producing points. Should be killing penalties. Should be on their power play and driving offense.
Okay. And I guess I didn't lead with this like I have in the past, but the highest rank in the pool was at 7 from Brett Marshall. Lowest on him, Isha at 12, and that's purely because Isha doesn't acknowledge anyone outside of the WHL. So Isha probably would have had him ranked like 6.
It wasn't that. It was just like when we were making this list, I didn't know much about him other than his first few games in the OHL. So I was like, okay, that's sick, but maybe it's lightning in a bottle. So I'm just not going to put him as high. But it went from like 15 or 14 up to 12. Okay, so he did make the jump. And again, I didn't put Stevie at 1, so this is just my cop out for
that. Took some real willpower.
I know.
Okay. Well, there we have it. That is number 10, Adam Benak.
Oh boy. 3-2.
Oh, geez. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, what? Okay. Fine.